see my sister, she was coming like this, it was raining, and then when it came like this, she was wearing jacket and on top. And when I come here, she was standing that side, and then I say, Twa. I see my sister go down like this, slow motion. And then when I woke up my head, I see my sister is down. And then another guy is coming. I finish him, 2 blood. I see nicely, Twa. The first one is the one he shoot him and they run away. Like this.
A 35-year-old labor lawyer, Chinette Gallichan, was gunned down yesterday at the Joburg CBD. And it looks like the reason why she was murdered is because of her involvement or labor disputes that she had with Sibanye-Stillwater, previously known as lawmen. It is not clear as to whether it's because she was about to expose them or she was about to win the case, but what we know is that at the time of her death, she was very much involved in a labor dispute with Sibanye-Stillwater. So from the information that we have is that the incident occurred at approximately 9 a.m. while Gallichan was arriving for a matter at the CCMA. At the time of the shooting, she was working in the labor litigation department of Sibanye-Stillwater. According to eyewitnesses, Gallichan was representing a mining company in a dispute involving workers who had allegedly been retrenched and were seeking payout compensation. Witnesses reported that a male suspect approached her as she exited her vehicle and shot at at close range. The suspect then fled at the scene by foot before escaping in a waiting getaway vehicle. Initial reports from the scene suggest that the incidents may have been a target hit, as none of the victims' belongings were stolen.
What we've been able to establish, Naledi, is that she had been involved in several labor disputes and attached to Sibanye-Stillwater, the mining company. Of course, the mining industry under much scrutiny currently, given the alleged corruption and syndicates taking place there. Really, the Justice Department even issuing a statement this morning condemning the attack on the legal professional, saying that this is not the way to deal with legal disputes and that lawyers should not feel threatened in the exercising of their duties, in the facilitating of justice in this country, Naledi. So much and so many questions being raised about the protection of our legal officers, and the police are still tight-lipped about whether or not they have been able to track down the suspects or potentially, the mastermind behind this attack. But Naledi, at this stage, as I said earlier, it does appear this was a hit, and that is what is being investigated. Just meters from Gandhi Square, where you'll see in front of us, we've seen lawyers, continuing to walk past, continuing to head to these CCMA offices, and one does wonder if they are aware, what happened to their colleague just a few short hours ago, yesterday morning. But we will be on the ground, trying to get some reaction from her friends and family as well about the kind of person this young woman was. As I did say earlier, police are still trying to make contact with her family. We do know her name, but we're not sharing that at this stage until we know that the family has been notified.
So this case is very much of paramount importance to me because she was a legal practitioner, and the type of work that she was doing or the type of sector that she was in looks rather less dangerous. But because she was dealing with the mining industry is extremely brutal in South Africa. Not long ago, there was a man who was working at the Sibanye-Stillwater. He stabbed his colleague to death, and this was widely reported in the media houses.
Calm and a sense of normality as people outside the Liseding hostel go about their daily activities. Most shied away from cameras, not wanting to narrate what they saw as they fear for their lives. But some came forward to paint a picture of what transpired on Friday evening. a man stabbed to death multiple times in full view of everyone right outside the shop.
Oh, nane ke lutse mo account a rene ke thusa batho.
When I got to the scene, no one was helping or trying to stop the murderer from killing this person. That day, I didn't sleep a wink and I didn't even eat. It was my first time seeing something like that.
This colleague knew both the deceased and perpetrator. He says he knew there was some disagreements between them, but he never imagined it will end tragically.
I'm saddened because I know both of them personally. I worked with them for a long time. I don't really know how did the altercation start. However, the murderer told me that he stressed on Wednesday when we met in town.
As if that was enough, not long ago, even though that was not mining related, another legal practitioner was gunned down by some people outside of a courtroom. I think it was like a month or 2 months ago. And that lawyer, Commissioner Mkwanazi, said it was his legal practitioner or his legal representative who was gunned down. It's not clear if she survived or she did not survive because we didn't get any follow-ups from the media after that particular situation.
At least 7 people were shot and 2 fatally wounded here at the Poisons Magistrate Court. The cause or the motive for this shooting is not yet clear for now, but we are told that amongst those who were shot, it includes a lawyer, and we are told that 2 of those who were shot and killed might involve or include that lawyer, but we are still waiting for the members of the South African police.
But what tops it all is the fact that media houses have not really did not even hide the identity of the people that are actually whistleblowers or the witnesses in this particular matter. As you guys have seen from the clip that I played in the beginning of this video, I had to even hide the man's identity myself. I don't know if the media has already released his identity, but he was just being interviewed without even being hidden. This is a whistleblower. It's a whistleblower. They are ruining this case before it even starts. These people, if they see that such people are talking, they'll go and silence them. And already you don't have a witness. And this case just falls away just like that. We need to protect our whistleblowers. And it starts with the media. So the media not protecting this man, to me, it's a red flag in and of itself. I know that they want news, but what's wrong with just hiding their face? There's nothing wrong. We'll still get the message. At the end of the day, this is a witness. In most cases, witnesses, they look the other way. But now we see witnesses just talking and they're compromising their safety. That is why tomorrow you hear that the witness disappeared. This case can't go forward because there's no witnesses, there's no firearm. All this evidence that is needed to get to the finality and the prosecution of this particular case always gets to be tampered with or something like that. So that is what is going on. So which means she was about to, in a way, defend Sibanye-Stillwater so that these people that have been retrenched don't get some payout or compensation from Sibanye-Stillwater. Guys, minors can be very dangerous. Minors can be very dangerous. In as much as, yes, Sibanye also can be really hard to work with, because I have my own experience of Sibanye-Stillwater and how they also played a role. They were giving us a runaround and a hard time whenever we wanted our clients, because I was working on the Marikana case and we wanted our clients to go and attend criminal proceedings. They'll always give us a hard time in terms of releasing them to go and attend these proceedings. And also, even when they will come back, they will always say that they're not going to pay them from those days of them attending the legal proceedings. And now and again, we had to chip in and try to convince the Sibanye-Stillwater that actually our clients really need to attend these proceedings. And more than anything, Sibanye-Stillwater is the reason why we are here, because Sibanye-Stillwater, as I've said in the beginning of the video, it was Lonmin before, now it's Sibanye-Stillwater. So this legal representative, which means she was about to assist with that. Minors can be really, really brutal. I would even hear from some of my clients talking about how crazy it was there in the hostels and how they had to protect themselves. Now and again, it's a very brutal environment. And to give a woman that type of a job without proper security. I don't know, maybe they thought that since she's done this before and she's never needed safety or protection, then it's fine. But that's the thing. I think that for the type of job she's doing, and they know how brutal minors can be, they could have just provided her with a sufficient protection. And I think with that regard, they dismally failed in terms of providing her with protection. And the other big question that people have asked themselves is, where's the CCTV footage? Because this has happened broad daylight, even though it was raining, but it happened broad daylight, and it also happened in an area where I want to assume that there should be CCTV footages. It's the same as what happened with DJ Waters. We're expecting the same thing with Gallichan, that they'll actually find the CCTV footage with regards to her case and actually assist with making sure that they arrest these people that have done something like this. As I've said, and even give you guys some precedents how brutal these people can be. If a minor can go and stab their colleague broad daylight and then take videos of that particular situation, then that should tell you that probably wherever these people are, they did not even hide themselves. They did not even care whether people see them or not. They just wanted to carry out what they want to carry out, which is to make sure that this matter gets to be disrupted. So I think more than anything, they should release the CCTV footage. I don't know if they should release it in public, but what I love about the public is that it will fast track the process. It will expedite it. We will get to find, or they will assist with getting such people very quickly. I don't know, for me, this case hits home as someone who's always on the road and who's always doing not actually these type of matters, but also, we're doing such things as podcasting, and we're talking about people. Some of the people may take this as offense. And when you go, you're attending your legal proceedings, or you are going to court to do some matters, or you're going to CCMA, or whatever the case may be, you don't know if something like this can happen to you. Hence, even though we are not a true crime channel, I felt the need to report on this particular matter because it hits home. It made me to be like, yo, Ziakal. The women are being gunned down. They don't care about who you are, your children, everything like that. And if you're in a sector that can be kind of dangerous, you're putting your life at risk, and anything can happen to you. Just you leaving your car, going to attend to your duties as a legal practitioner, you find yourself in such a situation. So that is why I felt the need to report on this matter. Not because we are a true crime channel, but we know that sometimes these things can be related in terms of politics, law, and true crime. And for me, in this context, is because we're talking about a legal practitioner, a lawyer, that I felt that, you know what, we can just, go and visit the sector of true crime just a little, just to have this conversation about how even Sibanye-Stillwater failed to protect this legal representative, knowing very well how brutal the mining sector can be, how brutal miners can be. They know that. They're actually the ones, during the Marikana case, they're the ones who said that those miners were dangerous. They're the ones who said that those miners didn't want women in the kraal. They're saying a lot of things about how dangerous the miners are. And they even justified the fact that the reason why there was that massacre was because the miners were dangerous themselves to the police officers. They know how dangerous they are. And then they take a woman without providing her with sufficient protection. They make her to go and deal with miners head to head. I think that was also some kind of recklessness from the Sibanye-Stillwaters, but also I think that minors can be, guys, I also think that sometimes your day of misfortune, you might not know it. You might think that, you are fine, you've been doing this and you've always been fine and you don't see anything wrong, because you don't know that people are planning sinister things on you, on the background. I don't know if you also remember the case of the insolvency lawyer, Mr. Boa van Niekerk, who was shot at on the 5th of September 2025 at his firm office in Avonworld. The minister extended her heartfelt condolences to the family, because it is not even clear why this person was shot at. And to this day, we don't even know the conclusion of this matter. Hence, the CCTV footages are very important. Nonetheless, guys, let me hear your thoughts. Let me hear what you think about this particular unfortunate incident. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you on my next upload. Bye.